No one paid attention to the house at the end of Willow Lane. Boards nailed over broken windows, grass choking the front yard, paint peeling like the place was shedding its past. People passed it every day and never slowed down. That's how evil survives, in plain sight. The call came just after sunset. Missing person, female, 18 years old. Her name was Samantha. To the system, she was a report waiting to be processed. To her mother, she was a daughter who always texted until she didn't. She didn't just disappear, her mother said. She knew how to go quiet. This wasn't one of those times. The tip didn't come through official channels. A shaky voice, no name, no callback number. The caller said Samantha had been seen at an abandoned house on Willow Lane, said there was yelling, said there was a gun. Then the line went dead. 2 patrol cars pulled up as daylight faded. Red and blue lights washed over the house, exposing it for a moment, then letting it hide again. Inside, the air felt wrong, not just old, not just empty. A flashlight beam dragged across the wall, a stain, dark, uneven, too deliberate to ignore, but not clear enough to confirm. Blood doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it waits to be recognized. They searched every room, no body, no weapon, no witnesses willing to talk. Without confirmation, procedure won. No tape, no seal. They logged the visit and walked away. That decision would follow them for the rest of their careers. Across town, Samantha's mother sat with her phone in her hand, refreshing a screen that refused to change. Last message, sent hours earlier. "I'll be back soon." Soon never came. The people who had been inside that house felt the shift immediately. When police show up, even briefly, it means the world is paying attention, and attention is dangerous. They didn't celebrate, they didn't relax, they waited. Hours passed, no new calls, no witnesses. The silence stretched. Then guilt finally walked through the station doors. His name was Marshall. He looked like someone who hadn't slept or forgiven himself. "I need to talk," he said, "before it's too late." He told them about the house, about the drinking, about how Samantha didn't look like she belonged there. She wanted to leave, he said. She kept saying she needed to go home. No one listened. The room had turned on her. Someone pulled a gun, not as a threat, as control. The shot came fast. Samantha hit the floor. Blood followed, and fear took over. Marshall ran. He didn't help. He didn't call. That was the choice he would carry forever. Police returned to Willow Lane before sunrise. This time, they knew what they were hunting. Blood traces hidden under rushed cleaning, shell casings kicked into corners, signs of panic pretending to be order. The house wasn't abandoned, it had been used, and something terrible had happened there. Names surfaced. 2 men stood out almost immediately. Danny, Tony, both familiar, both reckless, both close enough to the scene to matter. They weren't arrested yet, but they were no longer invisible. Later that day, an ER nurse made a quiet call. A woman had come in, bruised, cut, shaking. Her injuries didn't match her story. When asked about Willow Lane, she looked away. That was enough. Somewhere beyond city limits, Samantha was still missing. No goodbye, no answers, just a growing truth no one could outrun. By the second day, Willow Lane stopped being just a location. It became a pressure point. Detectives don't rush cases like this. They let them breathe. They let people talk themselves into corners, and someone always does. The house was sealed now. Yellow tape cut across the front yard, loud and unmistakable. Neighbors gathered at a distance, pretending curiosity when it was really relief. Thank God it's not my house. That thought echoed down the block. Inside, the scene told more than before. Blood patterns that didn't match a simple accident. Cleaning marks that screamed panic. Shell casings that had been kicked, not fired and forgotten. Someone had stayed long enough to decide what mattered. Someone else had decided wrong. Detectives built the timeline backward. Samantha left home. Samantha arrived at Willow Lane. After that, nothing. Phones don't lie easily. Her location pinged at the house for over an hour. That meant she didn't leave. She never got the chance. The first interview wasn't dramatic. It never is. Danny sat across the table, arms folded, jaw tight. "I was there," he said, "but nothing happened." That sentence alone raised eyebrows. People who tell the truth don't preempt it. Danny claimed Samantha left early. No argument, no gun, no problem. But his phone said otherwise. Messages sent after the estimated time of the shooting. Calls deleted, but not erased well enough. Technology remembers what people try to forget. Tony came in next. Different energy, nervous leg, too much talking, too many details no one asked for. He was fine, he said quickly, just drunk, overreacting. Victims are always overreacting to people hiding something. Detectives didn't push yet. Pressure works best when it builds quietly. They let Tony talk. He filled the room with excuses, and then he slipped. "After the noise," he said, then stopped. "What noise?" the detective asked. Tony swallowed. Silence answered. Across town, Samantha's mother watched news vans park outside the station. She recognized the look on the reporters' faces. They weren't searching anymore. They were preparing. Hope doesn't vanish at once. It thins, piece by piece. A search team moved beyond city limits, rural land, back roads, places people choose when they think no one's watching. They weren't looking for miracles. They were looking for truth. Late that evening, a call came in. A body had been found. No ID in the pockets, no phone, just a tattoo on the forearm. Something personal, something permanent. It matched. Samantha was coming home, just not the way anyone prayed for. The mood in the station shifted. Missing person cases feel different. Murder cases don't wait. Back in interrogation, the tone changed. Danny noticed first. The friendliness disappeared. The pauses got longer. "You didn't kill her," the detective said calmly, "but you know who did." Danny's jaw clenched. People think silence protects them. It doesn't. It isolates them. Tony broke first, not with tears, with anger. "They said it was an accident," he snapped. "They said we'd fix it." Fixing became moving the body, cleaning the floor, deleting messages. Fixing became a lie too heavy to carry. One more name surfaced quietly. A woman who had been there, not loud, not leading, just watching. She hadn't pulled the trigger, but she hadn't stopped it either. Fear had glued her feet to the floor. Charges stacked fast, evidence tampering, accessory after the fact. The system doesn't care why you stayed silent. It only cares that you did. Danny faced the weight of it last, confronted with the timeline, the messages, the body. His confidence collapsed inward.
Guilt doesn't explode, it caves. Samantha's mother stood outside the courtroom days later, holding a photo the cameras couldn't stop zooming in on. A smiling girl, alive, unaware. Justice doesn't heal, it only acknowledges loss. Willow Lane went quiet again. The house stood empty, still ignored by most, but not forgotten. Some places don't need ghosts. They already remember.
Courtrooms don't feel dramatic when you walk into them. They feel controlled. Cold air, wooden benches, a silence that isn't empty, it's waiting. Everyone in that room knew one thing before the judge entered. Samantha was dead. Now the question wasn't what happened, it was who would carry it. Danny sat at the defense table, posture stiff, eyes forward. He looked smaller without the house, without the crowd, without noise to hide behind. Power fades fast under fluorescent lights. Across the aisle, Samantha's mother kept her hands folded in her lap. She didn't cry. She had already done that somewhere private, where cameras couldn't reach. This room wasn't for grief, it was for truth. The prosecution didn't rush. They never do when they know time is on their side. They started with the house. Photos on a screen, close-ups of stains, wide shots of rooms that once held laughter, music, and then fear. This wasn't chaos, the prosecutor said. This was control failing. They laid out the timeline, phones lighting up, messages sent, deleted, recovered, locations that refused to change. Samantha didn't leave. She couldn't. Tony watched from his seat, jaw tight. He wasn't the focus today, not yet. His deal required him to tell the truth. Deals don't erase guilt, they just rearrange it. When Tony took the stand, the room leaned forward without realizing it. He didn't look heroic, he looked tired. They said it was an accident, he said, that nobody meant for it to go that far. The prosecutor didn't interrupt. People reveal more when they think they're being understood. Tony described the moment after the shot. No screaming, no running, just stillness. The quiet scared me more than the gun, he admitted. Fear doesn't always make people run. Sometimes it makes them stay. The defense tried to shift responsibility, paint it as panic, as confusion, as a night that spiraled too fast. But panic doesn't clean blood. Panic doesn't move bodies. Panic doesn't delete messages and rehearse stories. Those are decisions. Then came the woman, not named loudly, not spotlighted. She sat stiff, voice low. She didn't deny being there. She didn't deny seeing Samantha fall. "I froze," she said. "I thought if I stayed quiet, it would stop being real." Silence isn't neutral. It always picks a side. The room felt heavier with every word. Danny didn't look at her. He didn't look at anyone. Some people shut down not because they don't feel guilt, but because they feel too much of it. The prosecutor finally turned to him, not with anger, with precision. "You had the chance to call for help," she said. "You chose not to." The defense objected. The point landed anyway. Danny took the stand last, not because it was smart, because it felt necessary. He spoke slowly, measured. "I didn't plan this," he said. "I didn't wake up wanting anyone dead." Most people don't. That doesn't absolve them. Under cross-examination, cracks appeared. Why clean the house? Why move the body? Why lie to police? Danny paused too long. Truth doesn't need rehearsal. When the jury left the room, no one spoke. Even the cameras stayed quiet. Samantha's mother closed her eyes,
not to pray, to breathe. The verdict didn't take long. Guilt settled quickly when evidence is heavy. Danny was found responsible, not just for the trigger, for everything that followed it. Sentencing came later. Life, not dramatic, just final. Tony received years for what he helped hide. Others faced consequences scaled to their silence. Justice didn't feel victorious. It rarely does. Outside the courthouse, reporters waited for emotion. They didn't get much. Samantha's mother stepped forward briefly. "My daughter didn't get a second chance. None of them deserved one either." Then she walked away. Some statements don't need applause. Willow Lane was boarded up again, but this time no one drove past without knowing. Evil hadn't vanished. It had been exposed.
The courthouse emptied slowly. Justice doesn't rush out the door. It lingers, heavy and unsatisfying. People want endings to feel complete. They rarely do. Danny was led away without drama. No shouting, no last words, just the sound of chains and footsteps echoing down a hallway built for endings. Life in prison doesn't begin with anger. It begins with silence. Tony sat alone after sentencing. The deal had saved him decades, but not his sleep. He would wake up for years hearing a gunshot that no one else could hear. Some punishments never show up on paper. The woman who stayed silent returned to a normal life. Job, rent, routine. But normal never felt the same. Because once you see how fast a life can disappear, you never fully trust calm again. Samantha's mother didn't give interviews after the trial. She didn't write a book. She didn't chase attention. She went home, to a bedroom that still smelled like shampoo, to clothes still hanging in a closet, to a phone that would never light up again. Justice had done its job. Grief didn't care. Weeks passed, then months. The headlines moved on. They always do. Another case, another face, another tragedy simplified into a paragraph. But some stories don't fade. They sink deeper. Willow Lane was finally torn down. No ceremony, no announcement. A bulldozer arrived early one morning and reduced the house to dust. Neighbors watched from their porches. No one cheered. You can destroy a place. You can't erase what happened there. A small memorial appeared near the empty lot. No official funding, no city approval. Just flowers, a photo, a handwritten note. She mattered. That was enough. Detectives involved in the case rarely talked about it, not because it was unsolved, but because it was solved too late. They followed procedure, they followed rules, and still a girl died. Experience teaches cops a hard truth. Doing everything by the book doesn't always mean doing enough. Marshall moved away. New city, new job, same memories. He had told the truth eventually, but truth delayed still leaves scars. Some nights he replayed that moment over and over. The second he could have spoken sooner. That second never existed. Years later, Samantha's name came up in a training session for new officers. A case study, a lesson. Don't ignore uncertainty. Don't walk away too soon. Don't assume silence means nothing happened. Her story became a warning. Warnings save people. Crime doesn't start with murder. It starts with dismissal, with laughter where concern should exist, with silence where someone should speak, with a house everyone ignores.
The jury members carried the case quietly. They did their duty. They still wondered, could they have changed anything? The answer was no, but the question followed them anyway. Some nights, Samantha's mother sat outside and listened to the neighborhood. Cars passing, dogs barking, life continuing. She didn't hate that it went on. She hated that her daughter wasn't part of it. But she also knew this: Samantha wasn't just remembered, she changed things. A patrol officer once slowed down while driving past the empty lot on Willow Lane. Nothing there anymore, just dirt and grass. Still, he paused, because he knew what had stood there, and because now he paid attention. Evil doesn't always look dangerous. Sometimes it looks abandoned. Sometimes it looks ordinary. Sometimes it waits for people to look away. This story wasn't about a house or even about a gun. It was about moments. The moment someone didn't leave. The moment someone didn't speak. The moment someone chose comfort over courage. And the cost of those moments. Justice closed the case. Memory kept it alive. Somewhere, a phone buzzed on a nightstand. A mother reached for it, then remembered. And somewhere else, someone hesitated before staying silent. Because of Samantha. Because of Willow Lane. Because stories like this don't end. They warn.